Hello, many thanks for joining us on Aso Briefing today. I am Joy Annie. Let's begin with the headlines. President Tinubu urges St. Lucian students to embrace education for Afro-Caribbean future. President Tinubu pledges inclusive growth as new roads open in Abuja. And of course, lawmakers push for vaccine funding as first-line charge to eliminate delays process. FCTA denies allocating land to ministers' weakish children. You're watching Aso Briefing. We're live on DSTV channel 392, also on StarTimes TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38. Let's take you through our stories now. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called on students of St. Lucia's Sir Arthur Lewis Community College to harness education as a tool for building a more united and prosperous Afro-Caribbean future. Addressing the students during his state visit on Tuesday, he described education as the strongest weapon against poverty and a key driver of personal and collective success. The Nigerian leader praised the institution named after Nobel laureate Sir Arthur Lewis for its commitment to academic excellence and social transformation. He also reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to deepening cooperation with St. Lucia's in education, technology, and cultural exchange, announcing a cultural collaboration inspired by St. Lucian playwright Kendall Hippolyte, the drum maker. The President Tinubu advised students to remain bold, inquisitive, and disciplined, warning against over-reliance on artificial intelligence. He also told them that solving problems, they should pride in solving problems. And during the visit, St. Lucia conferred on President Tinubu its national honor, the Knight Commander of the Order of St. Lucia, for his contribution to strengthening Africa's Caribbean ties. The honor was bestowed by Governor General Errol Charles at the formal reception. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has restated his administration's commitment to inclusive development in the Federal Capital Territory, emphasizing that Abuja's transformation must extend beyond its affluent core, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the commissioning of Connector Road CN8 at Sukwo Okon Street and other roads in Dakibiu District. He said that the focus must reach the city's margins and underdeserved communities. The newly constructed road executed by the FCTA links other roads as to the Atero Road N1, connecting vital institutions like the Police Service Commission headquarters and the FCTA High Court, amongst others. He described infrastructure as both symbolic and practical proof of good governance. The President noted that modern cities reflect the seriousness of leadership according and adding that a functional capital attracts investment and restores dignity to its residents. Highlighting the road's transformative impact, he said it would ease congestion, support local businesses, and improve access to essential services. Now, the Federal Capital Territory Administration, the FCTA, has once again debunked allegations of land allocation to children of the FCTA Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike. In a statement issued yesterday, the Minister's Senior Special Assistant on Public Communication and Social Media, Lero Olayinka, dismissed the claims as another failed attempt at blackmail. Olayinka explained that recent report suggesting Barrister Wike has allocated 2,082 hectares in Maitama and Asokoro to one of his sons were based on misinformation. He clarified that the referenced document involved a land allocation in Bari Area Council to Joak Farms, not to any individual related to the minister. The essay noted that the combined available land in the Maitama and Asokoro district does not amount to 2,082 hectares. He further addressed new claims linking another son of the minister to land allegedly allocated to a company named Jordan Farms and Estates Limited. According to him, while the company was legally allocated land, none of the weakest children is listed as a director, and corporate records are publicly available at the Corporate Affairs Commission. Now, the Alliance emphasized that, like all Nigerians, the minister's children and associates are entitled to own land in the FCT if they follow due process. However, he insisted that no land has been allocated to any of Wike's children so far. The essay described the allocations as politically motivated, said the attempts were linked to opposition against his support for power rotation between North and South. He challenged those behind the report to publish the real owners of the companies mentioned, asserting that the campaign of falsehood has failed before it even began. Now, lawmakers from both the Senate and House of Representatives are advocating for vaccine funding to be placed on first-line charge in the national budget to prevent delays in the immunization financing process. This was disclosed by the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Health, Senator Ipalibo Banigo, during the multi-stakeholders technical workshop on the optimization of a sustainable immunization financing model in Nigeria 2.0 held in Abuja. Let's join Elizabeth Kasham for more.
Expressing concern over the country's current health statistics, the chairperson Senate Committee on Health alongside the chairman House Committee on Health Services, Dr. Amos Bomna, stressed that prioritizing vaccine funding just like basic healthcare funds could significantly improve health outcomes.
We saw that this thing was going this way as legislators. We said we have to step in and do something. We have had in the past where we had the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, which made a difference to where how primary healthcare is being financed, health insurance and emergency. So we said, why not also have a first-line charge for immunization in particular? If that alone will make sure that we have vaccines always available.
And therefore, delay in releases of funds for immunization will not, when the funds are delayed, sickness and diseases that we vaccinate against will not delay. And therefore, that's why we're calling on everyone that is responsible for timely release of funds for immunization to wake up. And then not just the release of funds, we also need to track those funds and those immunization, those vaccines, whether they actually get to where they are intended to.
Director of Public Health and representative of the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Godwin Intadom, assures of effective quality healthcare delivery.
Efficient, equitable and quality health system is one of the drivers or driving force to achieve this, and is to strengthen preventive care through primary health care and community health care, and also by improving quality of care through service delivery.
Chief Executive Officer of the Vaccine Network for Disease Control, Chika Ofo, commended the lawmakers and other stakeholders, stating that placing vaccine funding on first-line charge would help eliminate bureaucratic bottlenecks in financing processes.
Let me tell you something that is very, very important. Do you know that even if you pay for vaccines today, maybe for the rotavirus vaccine, it takes 6 months before you can get it? It's not as if it's a supermarket where you will say, okay, I have my money, let me just go there and I will pick. That's not how it works. So can you imagine that if you have stock out at that time, it means that for the next 6 months, that stock out will remain. Let's not forget that we are the highest zero dose. But here I'm excited because all stakeholders are coming together to say, you know, enough is enough. Let us look for innovative approaches. Let us make sure that this our country, which we call Nigeria, which is our own, will do the needful to make sure that vaccines get to all those that need them.
The multi-stakeholders technical workshop had in attendance key stakeholders including the Budget Office, Ministry of Finance and civil society organizations as they collectively push for a domestically sustainable financing framework that would ensure uninterrupted access to vaccines and immunization services in the country. Elizabeth Kasham, Aso Television News.
Now, still on health, in commemoration of the 14th anniversary of Grace Valley Christian Center, Limi Hospital, Abuja has organized a health walk in Abo Wumba, bringing together members of the community to promote health and wellness. The event was designed to foster a sense of community while emphasizing the importance of regular health checkups and preventive care. Alex Dikers now report.
The health walk, which saw participants of all ages, gathered at the Apo Wumba Community Center and was flagged off by officials from Limi Hospital and Graceview Christian Center. As participants made their way through the streets of Apo Wumba, they were treated to a series of health talks and demonstrations aimed at educating them on various aspects of health and wellness. Medical Director of Limi Hospital, Dr. Iseku, emphasized the importance of community-based health initiatives.
So essentially, first of all, is maintain a healthy lifestyle, healthy diet, make sure that you have a checkup every so often. But of course, this healthy lifestyle which are trying to promote by the health workers, check your blood pressure, check your blood sugar, check your weight, and of course get moving. Every other day you should be getting moving on exercise. These kind of events are to sensitize people, start off and continue doing them in your daily life. And then of course get to the hospitals and have a checkup once in a while. There is good health everywhere. Once you check, and then you are able to get good health.
Participants expressed their gratitude to Limi Hospital and Graceview Christian Center for organizing the event, noting that it was a great way to bring the community together while promoting healthy living.
I think healthy work is the key these days because you don't pay money for it, you just go out, you do it for your own benefit. So I feel it's good for everybody to, it must not be every day, maybe once in a day or maybe twice in a week.
The health walk was not just about physical health, it was also an opportunity for participants to bond and build relationships with one another. The success of the Apo Wumba Health Walk is a testament to the strong partnership between Limi Hospital and Graceview Christian Center. As the latter celebrates its 14th year anniversary, it is clear that its commitment to community service and health promotion has made a lasting impact on the lives of many in Apo Wumba. One of the highlights of the event was the provision of free medical checkups for participants. A team of healthcare professionals from Limi Hospital were on hand to provide a range of services, including blood pressure checks, blood sugar tests, and body mass index BMI assessments. These services were designed to help participants identify potential health risks and take proactive steps to manage their health.
When Aso Briefing return, business and more stories to stay with us.
We were warned about this marriage. Because we did not listen, the young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi. Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajahn?
We were just talking about offering Odigijad a seat on the council.
May God be praised. Negodo Oko Sisi, he has 2 wives. So why are you making it look like it is a big deal?
Many thanks for staying there. Now to other stories. Experts and stakeholders in both government and private science and agriculture sectors have advised against fake and misinformation on the efficacy of genetically modified organisms GMO product at a sensitization workshop organized by the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology (OFAB) and the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency (NABDA) for members of the House of Representatives Press Corps in Abuja. A former Director General of the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, Dr. Rufus Egbegba, addressed some major concerns by Nigerians in consumption GMOs, stressing that they are not alternatives but interventional cores. He encouraged journalists always to make reportage on GMOs based on scientific findings and statements. Also, Professor Muhammad Ishaku from the Institute for Agricultural Research, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, in a presentation expressed concern over citizens' mistrust of government, highlighting GMOs' potentials to promote food security in Nigeria.
If Nigeria has its competence and continuously doubt what we have, let us learn to trust our government institutions. Yes, we may not be perfect, maybe be corruption, but I tell you that those who are ready to lay down their lives for this country. We regulated this sector with love for country and our citizens and the need for us to expand the economy, and not just that, to ensure that agricultural sector, which has become one of the problems because there are not enough efforts to ensure the agricultural system is put on the sound foot to ensure food security. And biotechnology that is well applied safely is the route to security in food systems.
In Nigeria, my institution is a developer of the product, but there is an agency here in Abuja, the National Biosafety Management Agency, that puts rules and conditions for me as a scientist to follow from the beginning to the end. And at every stage, there will be monitoring to ensure the safety of this product. Now, basically, what it requires in terms of the safety is that it must be as safe in terms of food and for the environment as does the conventional counterpart.
The Director General of the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, Professor Abdullahi Mustafa, represented by the Director of Agricultural Biotechnology Department, Dr. Rose Gidado, underscored the power of the media to shape public opinion, influence policy, and drive societal transformation. He advised the practitioner on developmental reports about GMOs. Chairman of the House of Representatives, Press Corps, Mr. Boyega Onadiran, described the workshop as timely, providing the needed information for journalists, restated the commitment to ethical journalism.
So among the leading innovations in this field in Nigeria are genetically modified organisms and their products. So scientists in Nigeria have harnessed this technology to develop crops like BT cotton, BT maize and PBR cowpea, which have since been commercialized. These are not just scientific milestones, they are real-world solutions that transform lives, improve food systems, and then strengthen the farmer resilience.
It is essential to acknowledge the divergent views on this topic. On one hand, proponents of GMOs argue that these organisms can enhance crop yields, improve nutritional content, and foster sustainable agricultural practices. On the other hand, we have critics raising concerns about their potential risks associated with GMOs, including environmental degradation, health implications, economic threats to local farmers, and so on. Today, we have a rare opportunity to listen to experts on this very important issue. Our goal is to make informed decisions that prioritize the well-being of Nigerians and the environment.
Now, the workshop was on the theme Genetically Modified Organisms, GMOs, and their product, aimed at creating awareness of the dangers of misinformation about GMOs, leading to unnecessary doubt in spite of the huge benefits of GMOs to the nation's food security and economic growth. Moving on now, the chairman of Abadi Area Council, Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, has announced the appointment of new supervisory councillors and senior special advisors to his office. This development marks a significant step in his administration's effort to strengthen governance and service delivery in the council. A statement issued by the chairman's chief press secretary, Comrade Abu Muhammad, said among the newly appointed supervisory councillors are Bashir Musa Works, Southeast Ward, Abdulkadir Yahya Health, and Musa Isa Environment. Others are Aisha Sada Education, Muhammad Special Duties, and while Yakubu Muhammad is the supervisory councillor for agriculture. The senior special advisors to the chairman, according to the statement, are Abdul Ghani Olawale, Political Matters, Laruba Local Women Affairs, Ndako Muhammad, Natural Disaster, and Mukhtar Gambo, Security. Others are Alpha Tanko, Primary Health Care, and Mwakos Mali Musa, Development Goal. Aso Joy Baba has also been appointed as the Women Development Officer representing the Northeast Ward. Alhaji Abubakar Abdullahi congratulates all the appointees on their new roles and wish them success as they continue to development of Abadi Area Council. Still on political matters, the National Publicity Secretary, Action Democratic Congress, ADC, Dr. Musa Isa Matara, has kicked against the imposition of members and called for accountability and transparency leadership in the party. Dr. Matara stated during the acceptance speech of Ogbeni Arabashola as interim national secretary of the party in Abuja. Dr. Musa Isa Matara insisted that he was the authentic national secretary of the party while rejecting the process behind Arabashola's emergence as national secretary. He said ADC is not a private coalition platform to be hijacked by any elite group. He objected to the nomination of Rauf Arabashola as national secretary, saying the process lacked credibility. Dr. Musa Isa Matara disclosed that ADC is not a platform national opposition coalition and considered it misleading for the party to be trusted first. He therefore called on party stakeholders across states and zones to reject the attempt to take over the party. Now the Rotary International District 9127 gets a new district governor for 2025 to 2026. She is Dame Dr. Joy Okoro. The new district governor took over from the immediate past district governor, Rotarian Mike Okachi Nwanoshiri, who served from 2024 to 2025. Topsy Gimba has that details.
In his valedictory speech, the outgoing district governor Rotarian Mike Okachi Nwanoshiri thanked Rotarians, District 9127, for the support he enjoyed during his tenure as a governor. Rotarian Mike Okachi Nwanoshiri said during his tenure, various Rotary clubs on life-saving projects ranging from building or renovating school blocks in adopted rural communities to cottage clinics as well as sinking boreholes. He said Rotary is a coming together of people who are committed to providing support to the indigents in the society and enjoining the members to provide same support to the incoming district governor.
From whatever that was handed over to us, we were able to add 7 butterfly sewing machines for renewable sanitary pad production for the Girl Child Initiative project. That's India. Second, 9 flag poles for various clubs. Third, 12 solar electric poles mounted and operational donated by 33 clubs in Abuja FCT.
Briefing newsmen, after the investiture ceremony, the new district governor, District 9127, Dame Dr. Joy Okoro, said she was taking over from a capable governor and pledged to continue where he stopped. She promised to make an impact during her tenure with series of projects.
Every dollar donated to the foundation multiplies into lives saved. 1. Advocacy push. Promote every Rotarian every year by giving to sustained projects. Spotlight foundation fund successes, e.g., thanks to your donations, we trained 500 midwives last year. I think my immediate outgoing district governor can attest to that. I will personally report back on how every foundation grant is used in our district. He emphasized that, and I'm taking it that I will faithfully and transparently report back how it is being used.
Rotary International is known in a well-structured leadership where succession to power is done seamlessly without acrimony and successors are known well ahead of time. Topsy Gimba, Aso Television News.
Now moving on, it was all buoyant smiles and good tidings as the class of 2025 of Pace Setters School, Abuja, was pronounced graduates in a ceremony that brought together dignitaries from across the various walks of life to celebrate the achievement of the graduating students. Daniel Obi was there.
By the powers conferred on me by the Governing Council of Pace Setters Schools, I, Mrs. Kate Imaswano, on this 29th day of June 2025, hereby pronounce you
Serving as the father of the day, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, praised the school's chairman, Barrister Kenneth Imasombo, for his unwavering service to humanity.
Well, my love for Pesetas, stems from the love the founder of Pesetas has for education. If there is anything that I admire in him, is his investment in education.
Barrister Kenneth Imasombo and his wife, Kate, emphasized that Pacesetters School aimed to raise future leaders, equipping students with the necessary skills and mindsets to positively impact their communities.
For me, I'm going to live the rest of my life innovating, putting Nigeria first. It doesn't even matter the time you wear. The time is a time. What matters is the contribution you give. We had a dream long ago in the formation and foundation of Pacesetters, where the stars around the logo, where you have the PS and all the stars all around them. We want to actually be stars as students, stepping in the lead academically, socially, and morally. And today, we're very happy to see our dream come to life.
Some of the graduating students and their parents expressed excitement on the remarkable occasion.
Yeah, I feel very elated, I feel very joyful, excited. Man, today is one of the great days in my life.
This school is amazing. The best school in the world. Thank you.
It's a very wonderful school. It's been a wonderful experience. It helped me grow and learn as a person, become a better person for the society, to contribute to the society and the country at large.
The event climaxed with a special award presented specially by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to Mrs. Elizabeth Imasombo, mother of the school's chairman, as well as other deserving Nigerians in recognition of their support and legacies over the years. Daniel Obi, Aso Television News.
Away to business now. In a bid to drive economic growth and development, Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, has emphasized the need to prioritize fiscal reforms and international cooperation in today's evolving global landscape, where self-reliance is essential. Director of Information and Public Relations to the Federal Ministry of Finance, Mr. Mohammed Manga, in a statement indicates that the minister disclosed this when he delivered the country's statement at the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development, the FFD4, holding in Sevilla, Spain. Speaking at a high-level roundtable on domestic public resource mobilization, the minister called for a rebalancing of global finance to better reflect the realities of developing economies, while underscoring the nation's commitment to achieving sustainable economic growth and development for the benefit of all Nigerians. He highlighted Nigeria's reforms to improve tax administration, drive fiscal discipline, and create an enabling environment for private sector investment. The event brought together senior officials from the United Nations, the OECD, EU, and development banks, alongside finance ministers from countries including Nepal, Malawi, and Uruguay. Away from that now, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS Youth and Sports Development Center, the EYSDC, is hosting a 3-day regional youth conference in Salé, Senegal from July 1 to 3rd, 2025. The conference aims to engage young people in shaping policies that affect their future and define key elements of a new youth policy for the region. The conference is part of ECOWAS's 50th anniversary celebration and will foster dialogue between youth and policymakers. It builds on on-site and insight from youth forums and consultations held in 4 member states, providing a platform for young people to share their views and co-create solutions. The conference is organized in collaboration with several partners, including the West African Health Organization and the United Nations Population Fund. Still on ECOWAS now, the West African Democracy and Monitoring Network, WADEMOS, has warned that democracy in West Africa is under threat. It says governments and military regimes are increasingly silencing opposition and critics, undermining the region's democratic fabric. Now, WADEMOS says it commends the ongoing dialogue between the Alliance of Sahel States, the AES, and ECOWAS network, urging both to accelerate reintegration talks and rebuild trust to stabilize the region. The network is calling for urgent international attention and action to support democracy advocates facing persecution. Wademas emphasized that the need to protect human rights defenders and promote free and fair election is necessary. Without immediate action, Wademas warns that the region's democratic gains could be lost, threatening peace and security. The international community must act decisively to defend democracy and uphold the aspirations of millions of West Africans. But that's Aso Briefing. Thanks for watching. I am Joy Annie. Good afternoon.